What's up, what's good, what's poppin'? We see you back watching.
It's your girl Rocky.
And your boy Jay.
And if you don't know what's happening,
make sure that you stay
all the way to the end. Before we get into this video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to your post notification bell on so you don't miss any other bangers.
So it is January 1st, you guys. It is 2022, the start of a new beginning for all of us. If you watching, give this a like right now, just off the fact that we are all starting fresh.
And Happy New Year to all of you guys that are watching as well. I hope this year brings you guys an abundance of blessings. Everything that you guys want, your goals are accomplished, fulfilled in this new year. So yeah.
Facts, you guys. This year is all about manifesting. So whatever you want to break free from, and I know like there's a lot of cliches like, oh, this year I'm gonna get rich, this year I'm gonna do that. Focus on little goals first. That's the biggest thing. You know, like, hey, this year I'm gonna wake up at the time I'm supposed to. You know, that can go a long way. Getting your day started at the right time can just make everything better. But like, start with them building blocks, and I promise you, this year is gonna have nothing but blessings. But as you guys can see, man, by the title and the thumbnail, we about to be getting deep today.
Okay.
We getting deep. We
you always get deep.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like that though. That's a compliment. You feel me? That's a compliment. But today, actually, you guys, we're gonna be playing Let's Get Deep. So I don't know if you guys have seen this game before or played it yourself. Baby, you want to tell them a little bit more what it's about?
Yeah, so pretty much this game, it's just a bunch of cards in here, and it's a game for, it says for couples, but I honestly think that you could play this with like your friends, relatives as well. Yeah, so just like Jason said, anyone that you have a relationship with. So there's pretty much 3 levels. So level 1 is the Icebreaker, which is just like literally what it is, the Icebreaker. Like, it's, you know, them questions that ain't that juicy, but you know, whatever, get it going. Level 2 is called Deep, so I guess it's a little deeper than the Icebreaker, but not the deepest. Not that crazy. Yeah. And then level 3 is called Deeper, and that's like when you really ask those like juicy questions or like things that you just want to know about your significant other that you may not know yet, or things that you just haven't really talked about.
We're super excited for this. We actually bought this a couple weeks ago while we were doing Vlogmas. It was gonna actually be a Vlogmas video, but we never got around to it. So we giving y'all this banger right now. You feel me? But smash that like button, subscribe if you are new here. You know what I mean? You don't want to miss out on these bangers. If you new, join the family, man. Stay tuned. And also comment down below questions you might want to ask, because we may do a Q&A for all of our new supporters in 2022.
And also, I was gonna say, comment down below if you've played this as well with your significant other and what your thoughts are just by watching this video. Is this something that you'll play, that you may consider like, you know, buying as well? Just let us know what your thoughts are.
But let's get into this video. We're gonna start with some icebreakers. Not gonna go too crazy because we don't want to make it boring, but we're gonna do the icebreakers first, and then we about to get deep. Let's get it. Let's go. So first, you guys, we're gonna start with the Icebreaker. I don't know if y'all can see that, but hopefully I can. So we're gonna start with the Icebreaker. It's a pretty easy question just to kind of get us warmed up. You feel me? Rock's gonna go first. You're gonna ask me first?
Yeah, I ask you first.
Okay, so pick a card.
All right. Oh, okay. Minty gum or fruity gum?
Minty gum.
Minty gum?
I would say minty gum. Minty gum is good because like fruity gum, I don't know, it'd be like too much sugar, bro. Like,
guess what I'm gonna pick?
I already know, fruity.
Yeah, fruity gum. First off, I barely even eat gum, but when I do eat gum, it's like the big...
She does eat gum, but she doesn't chew gum. She'll bite it and it's gone. I don't know if she spit it out or swallow it, but she get the sweetness out of it and it's over.
Yeah, and then I throw it out. Like,
and then you eat the next piece. Like you eat it like it's candy.
I eat a whole pack at a time.
Exactly.
Like until it's done.
Very excessive.
Yep, so for me it's fruity, for you it's minty.
This is light. What's your favorite holiday?
Come on now. Christmas and then Valentine's Day.
So Christmas is your favorite holiday. I get it. Because I get it before and you get to get some good stuff.
If you guys didn't watch the video of me opening up my gifts, make sure you watch that as well right after this.
But that's it for the icebreakers. Those are boring. Like,
wait, you didn't answer yours. What's your favorite holiday?
My fault. So yeah, my favorite holiday is gonna be Christmas too. But that's it for the icebreakers. These are really boring. Like, I know y'all want to see or hear some of the juicy stuff. So we're about to go into the deep round. You ready?
We better get deep.
She's not ready.
I'm not. I'm nervous. What type of questions is in here?
We'll see.
Is this bodysuit giving body yaddy or no?
So now we have the deep deck. This deck is literally like
it's really big.
It's like 5 of those other decks put together. But we got the deep deck now, and it's time to go crazy.
It's time to go crazy.
It's time to go
asking
crazy.
You first?
Cool.
All right. Okay, what food have you never tried but want to?
So we've had cooked sushi. I want to try raw sushi.
Okay.
I've never had raw sushi, so that's the food that I want to try, but never got a chance to do. You said you got to answer it too, so go ahead.
There isn't a lot of stuff that I haven't tried that I know, king crab. I've never tried king crab. But we've never had it.
Do you think it tastes different?
Yeah, people say that it tastes like sweeter. Comment down below if you guys have had king crab before, because we always get snow crab, but we might have to try that, like make that like a mukbang video.
That'd be cool. Let us know. Do you guys want to see us crushing some king crab? Do you prefer home cooked meal or restaurant meal?
Oh, it depends who's cooking the home cooked meal. Okay, so like if
just
not
give
like
it to me straight.
Not like if my mom is cooking the home cooked meals and I'm back at home, definitely a home cooked meal. If it's me cooking the home cooked meals, I would prefer to go out and eat.
Really?
Because I can pick whatever I want to go out and eat. And you know what I'm picking? Crab legs. So yeah.
King crab for the first time.
King crab for the first time. King crab for the first time.
I would definitely say home cooked, because if it's your cooking, like, you're the only one that cooking for me. So I would say home cooked. Home cooked food is hitting. And even if it isn't you, like, I'd rather have my aunt's or my mom's food before I go out to Chick-fil-A or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy because like sometimes when we eat out a lot, you literally say, I'm tired of eating out. Like, can you cook? But yeah.
That's a fact.
What was your favorite meal growing up and why?
So my favorite meal growing up, this is tricky because you might think it's like some type of dinner or something, but even now, like, you know it. Peanut butter and jelly, bro.
Oh.
Peanut butter and jelly, bro, is literally the greatest sandwich combination there ever is and there ever will be. I don't want to hear no debates. PB&J, hit. To this day, bro, I'm 26 years old and I will eat a row of bread and all of them will be PB&J right now if I had to.
That's crazy because I was dead, so like my answer was gonna be the same thing, but mine is like different. Like growing up, like I always tell Jason, that was like something that we always had. We had peanut butter and jelly with a side of corn. He can ask all of my siblings. That's just what we had. Like, we literally had a side of corn. Everyone had corn with their peanut butter and jelly. And that shit used to hit. Like, now as an adult, I don't really eat PB&Js, but it's because I think I had them so much growing up. That was like a go-to meal probably like every other day.
Do you believe that opposites attract, or do you prefer being with someone who is similar to you?
I do believe that opposites attract. However, I think that like I kind of need to be with someone who's like similar to me in some capacity, like some way, shape, or form. Like I feel like you and I have a lot of similarities, but we do have a lot of differences. But I feel like if we were just completely different from each other, I feel like it will kind of be like it wouldn't really work. You know, like it can work, but I mean I've seen relationships where people have like differences, but I never seen them really work. Like they never last, I should say, you know? So
yeah, I agree. So I think opposites attract in the beginning, but long term, like similar like people like are just better together. Like it's just a little easier, where even though an opposite person can teach you more because you know they're doing or they live different from what you're used to, I feel like someone that's similar to you in the long term is better. So I say like the similar person is better.
If you could only eat one type of cheese for the rest of your life, what kind would it be and why?
So I don't really
eat cheese.
I don't know that many cheeses.
Well, not you eat cheese because whenever I like cook, you've had Parmesan, you've had sharp cheddar.
So I would say mozzarella because pizza's mozzarella. Pizza's mozzarella. Mozzarella sticks. Like, so I would say mozzarella because like you gotta have your pizza in your life.
I would probably say like sharp cheddar cheese. I like that cheese. Like we buy these little Sargento like cheese snacks and those come in there. And then when I make paninis, I use sharp cheddar cheese. For burgers, I use sharp cheddar cheese. So like mine is just sharp cheddar cheese. Like it's so freaking good. I could literally just eat it like that.
This is a good question. So be the most famous person on the planet, or the richest, and why?
I would probably pick the most famous person because with fame comes riches, like to a certain extent. Like being famous to that level is essentially being rich. Like you literally will have access to everything you want, anyone you want to have access to. Like everything will be accessible to you pretty much. So for me it'll be fame. Like
I agree, because with fame, one, you can generate like a huge stream of income. If you're the most famous person on the planet, you can easily probably become one of the richest people on the planet if you know what to do with that fame. And two, Kanye West in an interview said the craziest thing, and this is what we was just talking about actually a couple days ago, but he said he's so famous he doesn't have to pay for much. He goes to a restaurant and they say, oh, you're Kanye, it's on the house. He's with people, they're like, oh no, we'll get you somewhere to stay. You don't have to stay in a hotel. I would say the fame too, because one, you can make just as much money being the most famous person on the planet, and then two, you really don't have to pay for anything because people just love you wherever you go. So now we're about to get to the deeper level. These weren't that like spicy.
They weren't, but they were still like
they were better,
like good, like mind-picking questions, like stuff that I would want to ask you.
No, for sure.
Those are fun. Like I would want to have that next to the bed. So like if we're bored,
I think that's
just
cool.
laying in bed, boom, let's ask some questions.
Definitely. So let's get deeper, you guys. Y'all ready?
Get deeper.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Woo! I don't know what's under here.
It's time to get deeper.
I don't know what's under here. You know what's crazy about this game is because usually when we do like any Q&As or anything, we either have questions from them so we kind of know what's coming, or we prepare questions for each other so I know what I'm gonna ask you.
And I know what
exactly. This, we have no idea what we pull. Whatever we pick is what we have to answer. So I'm ready.
Oh wow. Have you ever done drugs, and if so, which?
So
have you ever done drugs, and if so, which drugs?
So yes, I have done drugs. But the only drug I've ever done like was weed. That's the only
And we're not encouraging you guys to do drugs.
Yeah.
If you guys see this video, we're just like
not glorifying it at all. Actually, like I prefer not to smoke. For me, I did weed when I was younger, but that ain't really my thing.
For me, I've done Molly, weed, ecstasy.
Oh hell no!
No, I'm kidding. Nah, alright.
Bro, you see my face?
You were like,
what?
Whoa. You were like, I should have bought this game years ago.
Bro.
Nah, alright, so the only drug that I have done is weed as well. That I could, weed, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think back, like, has there been anything where I'm like, let me try that? Yeah, weed and edibles are the same thing. So weed, that's it.
Cool.
Weed.
What is a moment that you get nostalgic about and why?
Dang. Okay, so I feel like this is recently, I mean, kind of, sort of, yeah. So at Publix, they sell passion fruits out here. Like back at home, they sell them, but it's very hard to find. Like I've never had one in Rochester unless someone brought it from like New York City or something. When I first had one out here, it literally took me back to when I lived in DR and we had passion fruits in our freaking yard.
Like a kid.
Yeah, like we literally had passion fruit trees in our yard. And you guys know I was born in the Dominican Republic, so that fruit was very accessible as a tropical fruit. So like, yeah, eating that was like, it was so crazy, like, yeah.
Okay, I think that's a really good one. Something that I get nostalgic about, it's not even that far back, but literally like, I just was telling you about this the other day, like there's certain things about living in our new place that remind me of where we lived before this. And it's a good thing, like it'll be something that works in this house, for example. I'll be like, bro, like I just will go back and think like, bro, like I'll just randomly be like, yo, babe, you remember like bro, like that was crazy.
Like being able to record a vlog in our living room with our living room behind us. Like,
without looking crazy.
Without it looking crazy.
Lights
like, that's
not working. Like it was just a mess of a little tiny house. It was our first place, but we kept it clean though. We ain't have nothing crazy like that, but it just didn't look the best. So sometimes I'll get a little nostalgic about that. And it's not just all bad because I literally told you like, yo, I kind of miss our old place. Not that I miss the place, but like it was our first place together. Like yeah, it just, I don't know, it feels good to see, you know, that
the
growth.
love.
Exactly.
What is something you need advice on right now?
I would say the only thing I really need advice on right now is probably saving and spending habits, right? Like I would love to have like a friend or a mentor or somebody that has direct experience like budgeting money appropriately, because I spend money as it comes in. Like we just buy stuff, like whether it's clothes, shoes, stuff for the house, like literally just be spending bread. So like, I feel like if I knew someone that could really give me some advice, like, yo, put this amount of money saved each week, because obviously I can figure that out for myself, but coming from someone who's been there, done that, it's a lot easier to process and actually follow a plan that's worked for someone else. So I would say advice on like saving and fixing my spending habits.
So I would say probably something similar to that, but more tailored to like credit, I guess, how to maintain good credit, because every time my credit score goes up, this does some dumb stuff. Like swipe, and then it's like boom, and I'm like, gosh, okay, gotta get it back up again, you know? So like, I guess, and that goes along with spending habits, you know? So I guess just some advice on that.
Kind of a piggyback off the last question, but who is your go-to person for advice?
I guess it depends what advice it is, but like probably like my mentors, and I'm not gonna mention names and stuff, but probably them. Like I can literally, even if I don't talk to them all the time. Like if there's questions that I have, I would probably ask them versus asking my mom, just because like
they probably
the lifestyle is different. Yeah, so like I would ask them. So definitely like my mentors, and I have plenty of them, but like one of them would be able to answer the question. So I'll reach out to one of them.
With me, all of my mentors that I had growing up, I'm kind of like out of touch with. Like I'm not really speaking with them often. Like if I had to check in or get some advice, I'm sure they'll be there, but I don't really have anyone. Like honestly, like the only person that I get advice from, I guess, would be you. But I don't ever really ask you for advice. I'll kind of run something by you, like, yo, this is what I'm thinking, you know, what you think, right? I'll kind of get a second opinion. But yeah, don't be me, because you always want to make sure you have people in your corner that understand what you are dealing with outside of your significant other.
Yeah,
right?
I
just
didn't
like
say
friends.
you. I didn't say you because that one kind of goes on.
No, that's cool.
Said.
But just like friends or mentors, like having somebody where you could be like, yo, bro, you've been through this. Like you're a guy, I'm a guy, or you know, you have similar life experiences to me. What should I do in this situation? I don't really have that. Like I got some homies where like if there was like a serious issue, I could call like and vent, but there's no one that's a go-to for advice. Like I run things by you. That's pretty much it. And then outside of that, I kind of make my own decisions and live with whatever consequences come from.
I mean, I guess that's kind of true. Well, like it's kind of like the same for me, but I guess I was thinking of it some advice where like you can't necessarily give it to me because you haven't experienced that yet, or I've been in that spot. I would go to like
that's cool.
those people.
You don't look to me for advice. It's cool.
Babe, I look to you for, you know I do. Like you're like the first person, but if it's something pertaining to like something that you don't know about, like maybe goals that I want to achieve or different things I want to do,
even, like,
I would go to them, especially if it's something that they have already done that I want to do.
At least you have people. I don't really.
I'd be trying. I mean, I don't even care if they're like 70. Listen. Okay, how important is it that you surround yourself with people who have the same political views as you?
It's not important at all. Honestly, I don't think most people even talk about their political like kind of views and stuff to each other just because it's messy. But I feel like that don't matter. Like it's your political views. I could care less. Like I'm not even a very political person. So for me to even question someone else's political views would be like silly because I don't know much about politics. So I would say like it doesn't even matter. Like as long as people are genuine
and
like
disrespectful, overstepping boundaries.
Yeah, like I don't care what. Like, it's the same thing with any other views or beliefs. Like I don't care what religion or what sexual orientation or anything that you identify as or whatever. All I know is you. That's all I care about. If you're a good person, you're a good person. But I don't care about your political views.
Yep. So I would have to agree with you. I would just say the same thing. Like I don't really care that much as long as like boundaries are not being overstepped. Now that's where the problem comes, because now I feel like you're trying to be disrespectful, you know, and come at me because our views are different. But when that's not, you know, happening, then it doesn't really matter.
What is something about you that you think is important for your partner to know?
I love to be right. Like, bruh, like, yo, it's literally like next level, like how right I like to be. Like, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Like, I love to be right. And if Jason tries to prove me wrong, honey, we're not even gonna get into what happens.
Should just keep trying. No, because this, because
and it'll turn
and then
into
we'll go back
an
and forth.
argument.
I'm like, kind of the same. Like I like to be right, so
especially if you know that you're right.
Exactly.
Bruh,
or vice versa.
Yeah, right. Like if I know I'm right,
it's over.
Yeah,
we gonna argue about this to the death. Like we got into a whole argument about how much veneers cost.
And I
we ain't
called
about to do that.
Like,
it got deep, bro. Talking about how much veneers cost because she felt like she know, but I was like, that can't be right, and it just went spiraled out of control. I don't want to talk to you right now.
Bro, that happened a few times with different topics. But
literally, so that's definitely a good one. That's a good one. Even though I already know that, but like,
I mean, you kind of know
that's something that a dude that's dating you, obviously, never dating nobody else, but he needs to know. I would say for me, I'm very much, I don't even know what the word is for this, but if I have like something in mind, if I'm gonna make a decision on something, and I say in myself, or look, and I tell myself, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. Like I don't care. I don't really care what anyone else's input is. I don't really care if someone says, yo, you shouldn't do that. If I already made up my mind, like, yo, I'm moving forward with this, like, I want to make this happen. Even something as small as, like, buying something. Like, if I have some bread and I'm like, yo, I'm about to get these sneakers, and Rock is like, you sure, bro? We got bills next week. I'm getting these kicks.
But like, listen, before I could even finish the, you're sure we got bills? The email's coming through with the confirmation, and I'm like, you mother, like, what are you doing? Like, oh my God, there's been so many times where like, not that we've been tapped for money, but like he'll just want to go buy something like this camera, prime example. Like we had a camera. I mean, it's a good camera, but we had a camera, and like it's just certain things. Like he'll just be so like impulsive. Yes, impulsive. And I mean, now your impulsiveness is rubbing off on me because I've been an impulsive shopper lately. But like, bro, when he has his mindset on something, it could be like anything, like either cutting a relationship off or buying something or working out or doing something or traveling. Yeah. If his mind is set and locked in on it, just know it's getting done. Period. It's getting done. What is the most important trait in a friend and why?
I would say loyalty.
I would say
loyalty. I would say
why?
Like respect doesn't matter. A lot of these things don't matter. As long as I can trust and know that someone's loyal to me, like you're not gonna stab me in the back, whether that's a homie, whether that's a friend, whether that's a girlfriend, whether that's a family member. As long as I know that you're loyal, you can have any other character flaw in the world, but as long as I feel like I can trust you and you'll always have my back, we're good. Like we could be homies to the end, bro. Because I'm a very genuine and loyal person. Like I don't snake people. I don't do nothing behind nobody's back. I'm actually dealing with something right now that somebody violated me who I never thought would do that. So like loyalty, bro, and like when someone breaks that, you know what I mean, you can really never forgive somebody, bro, because like it's over for you. Like you violated me.
Yeah,
and I would never do that to you type thing.
And it kind of goes back to the other question with him, as like once his mind is set on something, it's set on something. So like again, going into the loyalty stuff, when people cross him, bruh, it's like a different side of him comes out.
And I'm not gonna disrespect you or nothing, but we'll never talk again.
Like I sometimes be like astonished, like no way, Jay. He's like, yeah, I'm done, I'm good, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, and he really like moves forward with what he's saying. It's crazy.
But I feel like that's how we should be, because we gotta value our own self-worth. Like if someone tries to take advantage of you, don't be giving out second chances and stuff, because they'll just do it again.
Yeah, that's the fact.
You know, like most people learn the hard way, like, oh, I trusted you again, and boom, happened over again. So like, don't do that. Once people cross you once, they'll do it again. Don't give them a chance to.
I feel I've learned that in life. Okay, so mine would be loyalty as well. I agree with Jason. Like, bro, once you cross me, whether it's like some snake stuff, and I feel like thinking back, not to mention this, but like I feel like that's why like a lot of like my previous relationships ended, because like there was no loyalty. Like there was no loyalty at all. So it's like, yeah, I'm big on that. Like, especially if someone tells me, like, let's say they're not gonna do something and then they do it again. Now I can't trust you times two because you just did it twice, you know? So like loyalty is really big for me. Like it just, I can't rock with you if you ain't loyal, and that's not period. Okay.
Well, what a game, you guys.
That was fun.
That was crazy.
I love that game.
Yeah, I was not expecting to get that.
Low-key at first, like I was kind of tight that you bought that. Like I wasn't tight, but I was just like, I wasn't mad, but I was like, what is he buying? Like I never heard about this before, and I'm like, oh my God, here he goes again buying some nonsense. But this is actually fire. It's freaking cool. Like it's fun.
Yeah, and this is probably the most interesting question game I've ever played, because with like most card or question games, like Cards Against Humanity or like stuff like that, like it's like meant to be funny. Like I thought, honestly, before playing this, I was expecting like, how many partners have you had? Like just stupid,
like petty, like childish.
But this was really like deep. Like it was like, it gets you thinking. It makes you kind of like find out some things about yourself that you might not have known. Like this is low-key a therapeutic type conversation. So that was dope.
This is good for Valentine's Day. Like if you guys have like a Valentine's romantic,
that's
like
fire.
I don't know, at home, like this is nice. Like some wine, get a little charcuterie board with some snacks, some something. I don't know, you know, this is cool.
And it's a date night. That's probably gonna cost you $30.
$30.
Do that, jump on that. But we love you guys, man. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all we have. Thank you for kicking it with your boy Jay.
And your girl Rocky.
We will see all of y'all beautiful faces in the next lit video. Peace.